13 unsurprising alleged enemies of Princess Diana revealed. Princess Diana was undoubtedly one of the most captivating, yet polarizing members of the British royal family in modern times. Her story was like a fairy tale, the shy kindergarten teacher who married the future King of England and became the people's princess. However, behind the scenes, Princess Diana struggled immensely under the pressures of royal life and public scrutiny. As her marriage to King Charles deteriorated, Princess Diana rebelled against the strict protocol and expectations imposed on her by the royal family. Her humanitarian efforts and unconventional approach earned her immense popularity with the public, but disdain from the traditional British establishment. As she charted her course separate from the Windsors, she developed many high-profile detractors and enemies within elite circles. From members of the royal household to powerful media moguls, here are 13 unsurprising alleged enemies of the people's princess. Number 1. The royal family. Princess Diana's relationship with senior royals like the late Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip was complex throughout her time as a member of the family. Diana's more informal style and willingness to disregard protocol were seen by some as at odds with traditional Windsors. As her popularity rose and overshadowed other royals, unease reportedly grew within the inner circle. Diana spoke openly about feeling lonely, suggesting she felt the family never fully accepted her. When Diana's marriage to King Charles deteriorated, some saw her as unstable and vindictive, especially after candid interviews about personal issues like bulimia and King Charles' alleged affair. The Queen herself was said to be dismayed by Diana's public revelations, which some felt brought shame to the monarchy. After the messy separation and divorce, relations between Diana and the Windsors were damaged. In the aftermath of her tragic death, the Queen faced criticism for not swiftly addressing public grief, hinting at strained ties with the late princess. Number 2. Camilla Parker Bowles. As King Charles' longtime love interest, Camilla was viewed as the third party directly responsible for the failure of his marriage to Princess Diana. Their affair began before King Charles and Princess Diana's wedding and continued afterward, with Diana once confronting Camilla at a party about it. For years, Princess Diana saw Camilla as her romantic rival and the shadow ruining her marriage. She blamed Camilla for eroding her confidence and manipulating King Charles. After details of the affair went public, Camilla became one of the most scorned women in Britain, seen as a distasteful mistress. After Princess Diana's shocking interview candidly discussing the affair, hostility towards Camilla grew even more intense. She was regularly mocked in tabloids and became the target of public outrage over the breakdown of the fairy tale royal marriage. Years after Princess Diana's death, Camilla continued to be a controversial figure and subject of suspicion when she finally married King Charles. To this day, allegations persist from some Princess Diana devotees that Camilla was the main culprit in her troubled life. Number 3. Mohamed Al-Fayed. The Egyptian billionaire and former owner of Harrods department store earned Princess Diana's trust late in her life when she dated his son Dodi. However, Mohamed Al-Fayed has been accused of exploiting that relationship and using Princess Diana's fame to boost his reputation and fortune. After the couple died in the car crash in Paris, Al-Fayed immediately declared it was murder orchestrated by the royal family and British intelligence, rather than an accident. His elaborate conspiracy theories implicated Prince Philip, Tony Blair, and others. While Al-Fayed's sensational claims kept him in the spotlight, many believed he was motivated by revenge against the British establishment that had snubbed him socially. A lengthy investigation found no evidence to back up his accusations, but Al-Fayed continued to peddle damaging misinformation about Princess Diana. In doing so, he damaged her posthumous reputation and amplified dangerous myths about dark forces that hounded her. Years after her death, Mohamed Al-Fayed remained one of the key sources fueling the most radical and unfounded theories about Princess Diana. Number 4. The media. From the moment Princess Diana began dating King Charles, the paparazzi and British tabloids took an obsessive interest in her every move. She quickly found herself one of the most photographed and scrutinized women in the world. Princess Diana later described feeling constantly hunted by packs of aggressive photographers who followed her daily. The nonstop media attention amplified Princess Diana's stress and impacted her mental health by her own admission. The merciless coverage continued during her marriage and separation. Princess Diana was particularly upset by false tabloid stories about her relationship with men after her breakup. She felt the media deliberately presented a skewed, exaggerated portrait of her to sell papers. In her controversial BBC interview, Princess Diana discussed the press harassment and phone hacking that made her life unbearable. Following her shocking death, the British media faced intense backlash for hounding Princess Diana and possibly even causing the fatal car crash while chasing her. Her death led to reforms finally curbing the most unethical media practices she suffered, though some felt the changes were too little, too late. Number 5. Piers Morgan. As a tabloid newspaper editor in the 1990s, Piers Morgan developed an especially notorious reputation for his coverage and criticism of Princess Diana in the years leading up to her death. His paper, The Mirror, frequently published intrusive photos of Princess Diana obtained through controversial means and ran sensational stories about her relationship dramas. Morgan himself wrote scathing commentaries attacking Princess Diana's character and motivations following her separation, accusing her of seeking attention and betraying the royals. His vitriolic takes were seen as among the nastiest tabloid coverage aimed at Princess Diana. In later years, Morgan continued to spark outrage with his commentary dismissing Princess Diana's mental health struggles and rejecting notions she was hounded by the media. He feuded with Princess Diana's biographer Andrew Morton over the princess's legacies. During Meghan Markle's time in the royal spotlight, Morgan often drew parallels to Princess Diana, warning Meghan could allegedly meet the same tragic fate if she wasn't careful. His speculative takes about Princess Diana and her legacy have been broadly criticized as misogynistic and lacking empathy. Even decades after her passing, Morgan's polarizing views on the Princess of Wales stir resentment from her ardent admirers. Number 6. Ken Warf. Ken Warf served as Princess Diana's royal protection officer for several years. As her bodyguard, he developed an intimate understanding of her struggles behind the scenes. But after resigning in 1993, Warf penned a controversial memoir about his time with Princess Diana that exposed damaging private details about her mental state, relationships, and conflict within the royal family. Many considered his tell-all book a profound betrayal that violated Princess Diana's confidence. Warf drew intense criticism for revealing sensitive information purely for financial gain, especially regarding Princess Diana's eating disorder and suicide attempts. The princess had trusted Warf to protect her, making his revelations about her vulnerable moments seem an egregious breach. He defended the memoir as setting the record straight, but others argued he callously exploited Princess Diana's trust in her bodyguard for his benefit. Number 7. Tony Blair. As the fresh-faced British Prime Minister heralding a new era in politics, Tony Blair initially had a friendly rapport with Princess Diana and championed her causes. Princess Diana hoped he would modernize the monarchy and provide a compassionate ear regarding her marital woes. However, supporters later accused Blair of failing to inadequately support the princess during her divorce and public struggles. After Princess Diana's death, Blair came under especially harsh scrutiny for his handling of the public mourning and funeral arrangements. Critics blasted everything from his speech eulogizing Princess Diana as the people's princess to the decision to hold a public funeral, arguing Blair was trying to curry favor rather than respect Princess Diana's memory. The raw public emotions towards Princess Diana in the aftermath of her shocking death put immense pressure on Blair's fledgling premiership. Whether due to calculation or missteps, many believe the PM fumbled supporting the grieving British public. His actions following the loss of this global icon triggered lasting disillusionment from devoted followers who felt Princess Diana deserved better. Number 8. The Paparazzi. The reckless paparazzi were widely viewed as a dangerous plague that made Princess Diana's life unbearable and ultimately contributed to her untimely demise. During her years in the spotlight, Princess Diana was relentlessly followed, photographed, and harassed by photographers seeking lucrative images of the famous princess. She directly blamed tabloid media for many of her personal struggles, including her deteriorating mental health and crumbling marriage. In Princess Diana's final hours before the fatal 1997 car crash, she was reportedly being pursued through Paris by speeding paparazzi on motorcycles, trying to capture her every move. Investigations after her death focused heavily on whether dangerous media tactics or impairment caused her driver to lose control and kill Princess Diana. The tragedy sparked a massive backlash against paparazzi and invasive tabloid culture. New regulations restricted their conduct, but many insisted these poachers of private moments robbed the world of an extraordinary figure too soon. Number 9. George Carey. As Archbishop of Canterbury and head of the Church of England during Princess Diana's public turmoil, George Carey earned scorn for failing to provide spiritual support or comfort to the beloved princess. When Princess Diana's marriage unraveled, she found little public sympathy from the Archbishop, even as others rushed to defend her. Carey urged understanding for King Charles, as seen in downplaying his infidelity versus Princess Diana's mental health issues. After Princess Diana's shocking death, Carey again provoked disappointment with his stilted public statement expressing grief for the royal family's loss, rather than celebrating Princess Diana's life. He dismissed calls for a grand royal funeral honoring Princess Diana's significance and popularity. Carey's perceived indifference towards Princess Diana's struggles while she was alive, along with his coldness after her passing, caused lasting damage to his reputation. To the legions of her admirers, his lukewarm attitude demonstrated a callous lack of compassion precisely when Princess Diana needed spiritual guidance most. Number 10. David Mellor. As a conservative politician and media personality in the 1990s, David Mellor frequently took public swipes at Princess Diana that enraged her supporters. He became notorious for making snide comments about Princess Diana's personal conduct, demeanor, and mental stability following the breakdown of her marriage, which many viewed as cruel and sexist. Mellor dismissively referred to Princess Diana as a fruitcake and suggested she was unfit to parent her children unless she got professional mental help. After her controversial 1995 BBC interview, he derided Princess Diana as self-indulgent and accused her of deliberately trying to harm the monarchy. Following Mellor's own extramarital affair, the exposure of his hypocrisy only intensified the disgust towards his bullying remarks about Princess Diana. To loyal fans of the princess, Mellor represented the old guard of judgmental British elites who never accepted Princess Diana and seemed to take pleasure in belittling her even at her lowest moments. Number 11. Richard Branson. The British business mogul and Virgin founder Richard Branson had crossed paths with Princess Diana over the years and considered her a friend. But in 2003, he sparked controversy by publishing a private letter Princess Diana had sent him in his biography. In the note, Princess Diana expressed appreciation for Branson's invitation to stay on his Caribbean island during a difficult period in her marriage. Branson's decision to print this personal correspondence in his memoir was seen as a serious breach of ethics and privacy. Supporters of Princess Diana accused him of using her private reflections without permission for his own publicity. The move revived accusations that Branson had worked to exploit his friendly connection with the princess for PR value over the years. Publishing the sensitive letter seemed a particularly egregious betrayal from someone Princess Diana had trusted during vulnerable moments. Branson apologized, but the damage was done. To those who knew how fiercely Princess Diana guarded her privacy, this was an unforgivable violation from a supposed friend. Number 12. Princess Diana's private secretary, Patrick Jeffson. As Princess Diana's trusted aide, Patrick Jeffson was privy to the most intimate details of her personal life and marriage. After her separation from King Charles, Jeffson reportedly aided Princess Diana in arranging an explosive televised interview revealing palace secrets. When the interview aired and sent shockwaves through Britain and embarrassed the royal family, Jeffson was forced to resign from his royal household position. Some close to Princess Diana felt Jeffson later betrayed her trust for financial gain when he published a tell-all book about his years working for her. The book included private letters and conversations, further fueling public obsession over Princess Diana's marital problems and eating disorders. While Jeffson maintained he had Princess Diana's blessing, others accused him of unethically exposing her secrets and vulnerabilities to make a profit. Years after her death, Jeffson remained embroiled in heated lawsuits against him brought by Princess Diana's friends, alleging he improperly published and distorted her private communications. Number 13. Princess Anne. As the only daughter of the late Queen Elizabeth for many years, Princess Anne enjoyed being the sole young woman in the royal spotlight. She'd happily settled into a role as a working royal committed to service without the same glamour and attention as Princess Diana. When Princess Diana came into the picture and quickly became a global sensation, reports emerged that Anne felt resentful and jealous of the newcomer, commanding devotion from crowds and cameras. Princess Diana's fashion sense, charm with people, and innate knack for captivating the media reportedly made the more reserved, no-nonsense Anne somewhat bitter and insecure. Anne mocked Princess Diana's pop star-like popularity and reportedly thought she harmed the monarchy's dignity. When Princess Diana struggled privately, Anne showed little public sympathy. As scandals mounted around Princess Diana in the 1990s, Anne took the side of the royal establishment that viewed her as unstable. She offered no statements of support after Princess Diana's shocking death. While Anne's views were less inflammatory than others, her frosty indifference and unwillingness to acknowledge Princess Diana's singular appeal contributed to ongoing perceptions that she disliked her famous sister-in-law. And those are 13 of the most unsurprising alleged enemies of the stunning and controversial Princess Diana revealed. Princess Diana faced critics wherever she turned during her tumultuous time in the spotlight. From her icy in-laws to judges in the public sphere, what other adversaries or factors do you think made Princess Diana's royal life so difficult? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thanks so much for watching.